Hello students, today we're going to be reading about force and motion, and this passage is by Sharon Fabian. Force and motion describe everyday things that are happening all the time. Hundreds of times every day, you use force and motion. Did you just pick up a pencil? Force and motion. Did you turn a page? Force and motion. Raise your hand, kick the desk in front of you, pack your backpack. All of these are examples of force and motion. Out on the playground, you can see even bigger and better examples of force and motion. Climbing, jumping, running, chasing, throwing, and sliding all use force and motion. Force and motion are also parts of a complicated branch of science called physics. Now that you know what force and motion are, the next thing you should know are some definitions. The scientific definition of force is a push or a pull. When you throw a baseball, you are pushing it through the air. When you pick up a baseball bat, you are pulling it up from the ground. When you hit the ball, you use both pushing and pulling motions. Motion is another word with a scientific meaning. Motion means moving something from one place to another. When you use force to swing the bat and hit the baseball, they both moved from one place to another. That's what motion is. In fact, the word motion is a form of the word move. Let's stick with our baseball example for a little bit longer. Some kids can hit a baseball harder than others can. You could say that their baseball travels at a faster rate. Speed is a scientific term that means the rate of motion, or how fast something travels. Okay, enough about baseball. Now think about rocks. Why can you throw a little pebble farther than you can throw a huge boulder? The boulder is heavier. It has more weight. The Earth's gravity causes everything on Earth to have weight. Gravity is a force that pulls everything towards the center of the Earth. Gravity is holding both the pebble and the boulder down at the same time that you are trying to throw them. Gravity is a force acting against your force. Gravity's force is stronger on heavier objects. That's why it is not too hard to throw the pebble, but very hard to throw the boulder. Weight is the measure of gravity's force. Since gravity is holding the boulder with more force than the pebble, the boulder has more weight. Force, motion, speed, gravity, and weight. Everyday words with special meanings in the science called physics. Feel free to rewind at this point if you want to hear me reread the passage. Otherwise, we're moving on to the questions. Question 1. Force and motion are parts of a branch of science called A. Biology, B. Earth science, C. Geology, D. Physics. Pause the video so you have time to find your answer in the passage. Question number 2. Blank is the measure of gravity's force. A. Speed, B. Force, C. Gravity, D. Weight. Pause the video so you have time to find your answer in the passage. Question number 3. Blank is the force that pulls everything towards the center of the Earth. A. Force, B. Weight, C. Gravity, D. Speed. Pause the video so you have time to find the answer in the passage. Question number 4. Blank means rate of motion or how fast something is moving. A. Weight, B. Speed, C. Force, D. Gravity. Pause the video so you have time to find the answer in the passage. Don't forget there's a question on the back, a few questions on the back. Question number 5. Climbing a hill is an example of force and motion. True or false? Pause the video if you need more time. Number 6. Throwing a frisbee is an example of force and motion. A. True. B. False. Pause the video if you need more time to think. Number 7. Ice skating is another example of force and motion. A. False. B. True. Pause the video if you need more time to think. Number 8. List 4 more examples of force and motion that are not mentioned in this article. Pause the video so you have time to think and write 4 more examples of force and motion. And we're done. Don't forget to write your name on both sides of your paper before putting it away so you can turn it into your teacher. See you next time.